Well, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Today, on the table in front of us, we've got a knife that I've added to the collection. And I put it that way, and I'm clear about that, because these are hard to come by. This is a couple of year old Wee knife. This is the Knives Ferox, designed by Gudy Van Poppel. Now, you will know that I'm a Gudy Van Poppel fan from my review of the Eastwood Tiger here. And you can see a little bit of family lineage, particularly in the way the handle is shaped through here. Gudy has got a great eye for knives. Both of these are personal favorites. Now, I passed on the Ferox when it first came out because these come from the factory with the worst bronze annoing on the handle. I don't like it, and I didn't like it when they came out. And back then, I wasn't that good at removing anno, and so I passed on this knife, which was a huge mistake because it is really spectacular. Look at the micro milling on that handle, right? Full length tie back spacer, milled tie clip, right? It's a frame lock. Look at the pivot on this thing. So I grabbed it and I took it apart. This is, in fact, number 123 of a total of 300 that were made. Now, some of you were like, you took the anno off a limited edition knife. I sure did, because this one is mine. And I love the way that they stonewashed the titanium before they anode it, so the stonewash matches the blade. Look at that. Stripping the anno off actually makes this look considerably more like a Gudy Van Poppel custom. I'm not trying to fool anybody. It's still got the wee pivot. But, God, this thing is comfortable. It is just a spectacular pocket knife, to be sure. Now, I know it's weird for a knife review channel to share knives that you can't get, but I love this. It's part of my collection now. And so I really wanted it to be something that I would share with you guys, so I hope you don't mind. Yeah, some of you may have noticed that things are a little different on the table. My cat jumped up here and knocked everything all crazy. So where were we? Right. This is a spectacular pocket knife. I wish they'd made more than 300, because I would probably have two. I'd love to have one that I could keep original, but that's not going to be the case. So I have this one, and I made it my own. Now, it is M390, and it is a humongous chunk of M390, and it is absolutely razor sharp. Now, I got this one used, and when I got it, there were blue marks on the blade. I was really like, uh-oh. But I'll tell you, it cleaned right up. Right? I love this thing. Everything is chamfered down. Everything, there's not a sharp edge on this knife, except for these little points back here, which some old reviewers in the older videos complained about, but how big is your hand before that's going to be an issue? I mean, you guys know I got big hands, and it's back here. I mean, I suppose if you were holding it like, I don't know. But everything else is chamfered down beautifully. I love the full-length backspacer. I love the pocket clip. It's got plenty of spring, great ramp, and lots of room. This thing sits in the pocket like a much smaller knife. I love the full-size body screws, right? On both sides, they're beautiful. They are dark, much like the pivot. It's got the Gudy Van Poppel design logo on it. And as for marks on the blade, that's it. It is super clean. This is just a great pocket knife. The action, of course, is Wee. So, oh my God. Now, it does have one hell of a flipper on it, as you can see. But, you know, that's kind of a Van Poppel thing, and so who am I to argue with that? The Ferox customs are $2,500. I don't have that, so I'll be happy with this, and I'll be very happy with this for a very long time. Let's get the specs out of the way. Blade length is just shy of 3.5 inches of cutting on just at 3.5 inches of M390. Grip area from behind the flipper tab there is, depending on where you stop, it's either 3.5 or 4 or 4 and an eighth if you come all the way back here. Because of my big hands, I do fit just, if I squeeze in a little bit, I fit just inside the curve, but I think honestly the truth is my pinky's down back here a little bit, but these aren't sharp, at least not for me. And because it's reasonably thick, it's still a fantastic grip. It's not quite as comfortable in hand as the Eastwood Tiger, but this is a ridiculously comfortable knife. The Ferox is just everything I love about the Eastwood, but it's just a little more interesting. Overall length on this thing is just about 8 3/4. The closed length is just shy of 5 1/4 inches. It is a full-size pocket knife. Don't kid yourselves. Let's do some size comparisons. Well, of course, we're going to do it up against its cousin here, the Fox Knives of Italy made Eastwood Tiger. Now, the Eastwood is longer in the handle, but almost identical in the blade, right? Oh, let's not knock things around, shall we? Let's do it against the knife that I reviewed earlier in the week. Here it is against the Cold Steel Code 4. My God. Code 4 is just a little shorter. Here it is against the full-size Griptilian. And of course, the Ferox is just much, much bigger. Here it is against the Mini Presidio 2 for you bug-out fans, because that's about the same size. And as you can see, the Ferox just dwarfs it. Now, you can find these on eBay periodically and on the various used sites on Reddit and Facebook. If you like big knives that are just really well made, don't be afraid to chase one of these. You're going to pay, about $300. But that's how much they were new. It's not like they're going for more than they were originally. They're just harder to find now. I really wish we would re-release these, but I just don't think they're gonna. It seems like we is very interested in making tiny knives these days. I think this is outside of their wheelhouse now, and that's a real shame because this is a spectacular knife. I'll weigh it, just because that's what we do. I'm telling you right now, it is a tank, so it's gonna be heavy. There is milling. I know my crappy camera is not going to show it to you. I don't have a flashlight on hand. There is milling on the inside of the scales on the show side for sure, and a little bit on the lock side. It is, of course, a frame lock. I'm not sure if I said that or not. And this one's locked up on the steel lock bar insert. I apologize. This is titanium on M390. There is no lock bar insert. This holds in... What am I doing? What is that? Oh yeah, no, there is. There is. I'm sorry. There is a steel lock bar insert, but man, did they make it flush with the titanium. God, that's good work. I thought maybe this was just holding in a detent ball, but it's not. It is holding in a steel lock bar that is just completely sunk into the lock bar insert. It's just sunk into the lock bar. That's really cool. Anyway, let's weigh it out. 6.3 ounces, which, I mean, it's a heavy knife. But the Presidio 2 here comes in at 5 ounces, so 6 1/2 dozen the other. If you like it, you like it. And I like it. We're going to go ahead and wrap that there. This is a new addition to the collection. I can't tell you to go out and get one because I don't think you're going to find one. I can tell you that if you've been thinking about getting one and have waited or passed on it or been, I don't know, get one. You will not be disappointed. Thank you so much for watching. This is the Knives Ferox, a Gudy Van Poppel design. I have been a Therapeutic Edge. I really enjoy having you guys here, and I hope you've enjoyed this look at what I think is just a really cool knife and a lovely addition to the collection. We'll see you next time.